not where I'm clicking at exactly. Okay, but it cannot be the reason why the city is not updating, by the way. So we still don't know that. Let's check out the warnings. So what are the warnings and the errors? Those are stuff that I define in the code, and they help me debug, right? I don't see any issues with this. Let's see the logs. I mean, this is the last results, because here I log basically everything. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't mean to autosave. Okay. But the user also reported that, let's deactivate autosave. And I want to activate cars, because maybe that was the issue here. The user reported it took forever to save, but I actually didn't see that, so. Okay. Maybe it's when you build stuff, so now that... actually, it's getting stuck now, so maybe we're getting somewhere. I mean, we're discovering the bug eventually, right? This could also be a memory issue, though. I'm running too much stuff on my computer. Let's turn off this stuff. Okay. Looks like we're stuck here. Okay. I mean, this might be part of the issue. Checking my notes. Yeah. Okay, so let's stop the game. Hopefully this will stop it. So it looks like we crashed after some time, which I think it's part of what he was saying. So there must be something. What could it be? That like after some time it kills the game for this particular city. Because it didn't happen right up, and it did at least 2 or 3 refreshes of the city. So yeah, I know it killed it. I need to kill I need to kill Unity. Jesus. Okay. So I see it's running though, so maybe it can recover. Nah. Okay, well, this is the hard life of the programmer, I guess. Where we need, we will face bugs. Especially when we're trying to like find them, right? So I don't know if here it's a memory problem that like just my computer ran out of some memory here or not, or if it's more like something like, oh okay, like you actually hit the bug, and so that's why it's not showing up. So I'm restarting my Unity editor after this crash. I mean, at least we fixed one of those, right? I want to bring up again the famous Trello. No. Was that right? Yeah. Trello. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're trying to do this, right? This one. The Sorcertopia in Australia is crashing. And it actually crashed my editor. So I want to try again and see if it happens again, or if it was just a random chance end of memory kind of situation. Because this is pretty annoying, so I'll do that. I already fixed one bug, and then we have this one, which is like different cyberpunk levels. So I know what this is about. So basically what happens is, behind the scenes, the system is updating stuff, right? And in particular is updating like the city simulation. And when it's doing so, it's splitting the city in city blocks, and then it's calculating each city block one by one, and then it's trying to calculate, okay, what happens in the city block close to the one I'm mentioning, and I'm analyzing, and it's influencing that. So because the city is connected, right, with itself. All of this to say is that basically to update the city, I need to go through all of the city blocks one by one and calculate different metrics related to them. For example, the street crime and stuff like that. before I do that, I need to make sure that I am not considering what was happening in the previous update cycle. Basically, like I want to recalculate everything from scratch again. And so I basically nuke all of the metrics every new cycle. So I put them to 0, then recalculate them, put them to 0, recalculate them, right? And the reason why I'm doing that is that the calculation is done by addition. So I do a first pass of simulation, for example, the crime, and then I simulate again what happens with organized crime after I simulated like street crime and stuff like that. So I'm doing like subsequent passes of simulation. That's what I'm trying to say. And so when you're doing subsequent passes, you want to make sure you're starting from a blank slate, because then on the second pass, you know, you need to make sure, okay, this is the second one, it's not the third one, and so on. What that means is that for brief periods of time, all of the stats of your city are going to be 0, because I just resetted them and I'm calculating the new ones. Which translates into the fact that sometimes you see a different reading on the image stats you're seeing for the building utils. So basically you right click on a building and it doesn't show any stat, even though there are stats, because they're being calculated. Which I agree with the player, it's super duper annoying. So I really would like to get it fixed. However, it's not like something, it's not a quick fix. That's the bottom line. Like it's something you need a little more time with. So thank you, Sorceron, from our Discord for bringing it up. But yeah, I'll need a little bit of time. Let me turn on the lights actually. All right. So yeah, so this is what we're doing now. So we're opening up the city by Sorceron, who told us on Discord that sometimes, not this one, this is, by the way, it's a public Trello. You can check out our roadmap and stuff. So basically, there's the city that is giving him problems, Sorcertopia in Australia, Victoria. So I'm opening it up on the Skid Cities multiplayer. If you have questions on game development and you want to get started with game development or anything like that, please leave them in the chat. I'm here, right? So we've been debugging, already fixed one bug actually. It was more a memory exercise than anything. And now we're gonna do that. So the loading time is also something that is killing me, as you see. I tried to fix it for like 4 hours the other session. The problem is I cannot use addressables, which Unity would prefer to speed up loading times, because you cannot have statically marked addressables, which sucks. And that was killing the performance of the game. So I tried to use them, and then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And so you see here, you have the menu hierarchy here, still loading the main menu. And then it's trying to load the city in the background, the city scene. But it looks like it's not switching to it. And Unity gets stuck like this. Sometimes it doesn't do that. Sometimes it just snaps into the other scene, and sometimes it takes forever. And it doesn't matter whether it's a new city or not, like it's the same. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So, but anyway, so we're waiting for this to load, and then we'll check it out. Actually, let me check the code where this is happening. So I think it's in main menu here. Yeah, and then let's see, like load scene, right? Yeah, load scene async. So I think it's already like pretty good. It should be async. So let's ask the AI if there's something here. But are there better ways not to get? I don't think so. Huh? The scene loading stuck here. So when I started to write this game, it was 2019. There was no LLM or AI to ask these questions to. There was only like Stack Overflow and stuff. So a bunch of this code may not be the best, because it was, you know, first time I was writing such a complex game all by myself. But Um, so we'll see. But oh, so OBS is complaining, but I hope you can hear me right? So let's see, how's still loading. So yeah, so you see, maybe there's something we can do, but loading screen, yeah, I don't think there's a better way. Like, I think, you know, I could improve the user experience, having it not, you know, be so, you know, it could be smoother, but the waiting time would be the same. You can track, there's no timeout. Yeah, no, I get it, but the issue is just like how much time it takes. So, okay. So what it's proposing is that I just track this more so I can better show like a loading screen or a loading bar while the new scene is loading. You see, now it's switched. Took forever. The actual loading time that I can control, that is not dependent on Unity, this one, it's from this moment to the moment, you know, we're gonna check out the city by Sorcerer on, which again, it's a Discord player, Discord community member of our Discord. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's okay, it's not instantaneous, but it's not a crazy loading time, right? Like, how much did it take? Like 60 seconds? Like, this is a huge city. Like, whoa, like, check this out. Like, this is a serious place. So I don't understand why Unity does that. But anyway. Okay, so I'm on the lookout for errors. I already see a bunch of them. Okay, so I know this error. I think I fixed it with my very, very last update. Meaning, like, I didn't fix the source root of this error because it would take a lot, but I made it so it doesn't crash your CD completely. It's just I handled the error. That's the best way of saying that. So that may be the issue. And I think the issue is that when the game was calculating the routes of the cars, which are the, you know, it is, you see those? Those are the cars that are going around your city. So when the game is calculating those routes, there was a bug where if you have a multi-level city, like in this case, you see I moved on to the upper level here, it would have a lot of issues calculating multi-level car routes, so going from one level to the other, etc., while in the loading screen, because it was trying to understand where would the car go, but it didn't load, for example, the upper level yet, and so it throws these errors while it's doing that. Now, can I say it doesn't matter because then it just recovers, but the issue is that it was blocking everything. So you see here, you have a lot of cars now. Maybe that's the issue, huh? Maybe after some times there's too many cars. I keep an eye on the errors. Free Violence Center. Man, you built an amazing city, by the way. I really, really like this. Like, it's very well built, and you were able to keep like everything tight. Like, it's crazy. Like, the poor people are close to the wealthy ones, which is usually very difficult to do. You see, we threw this error again. Object reference not set. Okay, so we saw that. 672, yeah. I think we saw that, right? 672. Yeah, there's no parent on the hideable. Okay, I need to hunt down which building is throwing this. But it should be fine. I mean, it should not break your city. So it should be fine. I'm gonna try. Maybe the issue was triggered by, you know, you doing actions. So let me do this. Sorcerer on, don't worry, my changes won't show up in your save game. It's all safe and sound. I just need to test, okay? I won't change your city, promise. So I just want to put some slums or something simple, like, but computationally not trivial, just to see if the issue is that when you start building or something. I see there's another error. They're 40 now, and I just need to check. Okay. Let's see, let's see. It keeps throwing this error on the cars. Super annoying. But again, it should be invisible to the user. Yeah, right? Like level manager, game manager 3509. I think those are cars. Let's, I want to check now just to make sure I'm not making the wrong assumption. 350 something. 35. Add car to pathway, yeah, right? Yeah, those are cars. Okay. So I know what's happening there. Those are the cars. It's a cars issue. Also calling them cars I think is reductive because there's all sorts of vehicles there, but just in my code I was calling them cars. Those are actually cars, you see them. But some of them are like trucks, some of them are just people walking. So it really depends. Yeah, I mean the slums were built without issues. So it cannot be that, right? Maybe it's building on upper levels is causing the issue. Sorcerer, I really hope that your issue was actually fixed with last week updates. That would be awesome. I'll be honest. If that happens, then I'm super excited. There's no more space to build on. Oh no, wait, there's some space here. Let's add something. Let's add some. What are those? Poor commercial zoning. Let's add more commercial zoning here. It's very cool you're adding like poor commercial zoning this high up, huh? I really like it. This means you have a home sack shop and a tattoo layer here on top of this super giant skyscraper. It's nuts. It's super fun. Actually, yeah, no, okay, it's updating. It's taking a little bit of time, more than I was expecting. But it is updating. Oh wait, you also have a level on top of this level. Oh, okay. Really? That's super cool. So this is very high because this is third level. Okay, okay. This is where the real rich people are. Jesus. Very cool. 2 biometric offices are here. and the rocket. It's super cool. Okay, but did they build actually here? Yes. Like it took a little bit of time, but they are building here, I mean. It's very cool. Okay, maybe it's zooming in back and forth a lot. I don't know. We need to find the trigger, right? Like we need to find the trigger of the bug. So far I didn't find it. And I guess the new errors are related to cars. Yeah. What about the underground? The underground is fine. Yeah. I'm noticing like there's not a lot of events. That's unusual for a city this big, actually. Or this complex, I should say. I mean, in terms of surface, you know, it's pretty focused. But in terms of like complexity of the buildings and all the different things that Sorcerer put in, there's quite a lot of stuff here. So, just wanna try to put some parks near to the slums, just for the sake of it, just to see if. Also, that's not something I usually do, because one of the issues when you're doing this kind of games is that those are sandbox games, right? So I have no idea what people are going to do with them. Like, I have my own play style. I always, I tend to build stuff in the same way. Like, I would rarely do what Sorcerer has done here, where it's just flopping parks between, like, McDonald's. I mean, you can do that. It's super cool. It's just not what I do. And the difference is stark. Like here you have a corporate zoning, which is super big. So yeah. But yeah, very, very nice. Okay, I mean, I don't see the error here, so I'm just gonna tell Sorcerer I couldn't find the reason We see it in, and maybe the latest update fixed it, because there were a couple of bugs regarding certain situations that may be here that were related to this. This is a very cool city now, by the way. Like, look at the cars, traffic, Jesus, very nice. Actually, I wanted to learn building like Sorceron here. Like, look at those. Like, this is sick. Like, because he placed the violence center in between the... Okay. I see what he has done. Alright, cool. So, really hard to determine whether this is fixed or not. I'll tell him. So, this is the last bug. So, this is the... Okay. So, let's see if we can reproduce that. So... Cyberpunk, but sometimes it shows up as empty, so... Yeah, you see? Wait, where is it? I was able to reproduce it for a second. Well, this actually looks good. Okay, well, I will, I think I need to think through how to fix the other bug. So, let me check. Yeah. It's actually a longer change because we're not so easy to change. Let's see. Let's start from the beginning. I think this is called building info panel. Yeah. And so the building info panel is picking up from the SIR tile, right? Like it's reading data from the tile or the building. I think both. Let's see, show invoke, show. So what is this doing? Okay, so it's trying to determine whether there's a UI we need to show the user, if there's the lack of an airport or stuff like that. Okay. And then building types. Okay, so it's pulling up the definition of the building type. But where is it actually? Yeah, the cyberpunk meter. Okay, so I'm using this retrieve total tile metric. So maybe we could latch into that and make sure this never like reset or something. Thinking. Yeah, that may be an option, right? That may definitely be an option. So this is in building utils. Retrieve, but this is used in a lot of places. Retrieve total tile metric. It's used everywhere. Kind of dangerous to change it just for this UI. And also when you open it, you need to see the detail of why is that happening. Which I think is defined in cyberpunk metric, cyberpunk meter. Yeah. So what is this reading data from? Doesn't know. Okay. So where is it? Sprite, background, cyberpunk details panel. It's active false, so it's hiding it. Okay. show. Okay, so this is called by something else. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was looking for actually. Building information panel, tile building cyberpunk factors. So this is pulling it out from building info panel. Okay, so this is Andy. So I could somehow store stuff. No, but I cannot because the building info panel is just one for all of the buildings. So show invoke, show text. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm swapping the tile, and then from there I'm loading all of the data. Which means I would need to keep a copy of every tile in the game, which is super expensive because it's basically keeping a copy of the old city while I am recalculating the new version of the city, which means I'm doubling the memory request for this type of, for this data, even though it's just, it's just that it's not graphic data, right? So it's not super big, but still it could be a lot of tiles with a lot of data in each of them. So the other options that we keep like a dictionary with only like a cache of data. So before we overwrite it, I'm thinking, and then when we're retrieving the data, there's like an optional thing where I can call this cache. I think that's the best thing to do. So when I'm retrieving the data with the tile utils and stuff, even though here max development possible for tile, I would need that for this as well, also for this. A lot of utils to add. Because retrieve city metric, okay, like I could add like a parameter there that is trying to do that, because I'm using that a lot, so. But yeah, that's definitely an option, and it's definitely something I should work on next. So I think I'm just gonna design the solution in my mind, just take some notes and then actually implement it next time, because I'm almost at time for today. But that sounds the only way to go. Yeah. So let's take some notes on how to do that. How to do that. Keep a dictionary of the tile metrics and put data there like a cache before cleaning up the tile metrics before the next calculation. Then add a parameter to retrieve tile metric and similar utils. If the parameter is true, we check the above cache first and then the live data. Okay. So I know how I'm gonna build it, write this, but I definitely need like half an hour session where I just write code. So I'm gonna do that probably next weekend or something when I will have time. So thank you so much for listening. This was a very productive actually stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, if you're interested in skid cities, check out our Discord, join. You will find all the different crazy things people are building with it. Yeah, next time, see you.